Oh! Oh my! Oh my, what is that guy doing? That guy did worse than you somehow. Okay, he's dead. Oh, no, no, no. Well played, well played. GG. Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing another coaching session slash like gameplay review where we go over a game and we talk about what they should have done. For fun and for people to like learn how to play the Samira, how to improve and all that. Today we're reviewing Poverty's gameplay. They are Iron 4, yeah, yes really, no flame. This is what their account looks like, and they play Samira mid lane. So it should be pretty fun. If you guys want me to do this for you, feel free to let me know in the comments. This is free, I do it just for fun and to make content out of it. If you've already contacted me, feel free to remind me. But yeah, it's free. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and even leave a random comment like would help out my video. So thank you. Alright, so here we go. If you've seen the last videos, you kinda already know the drill. First we're gonna look at the comp, what's bad for you, what's good for us, what can we do this game. We are playing into an Orianna. Pretty okay lane. You could play it pretty safe, I personally like playing it really aggressively, going for 1v1s. We're playing into a Warwick, which is pretty rough. We're playing into a Teemo blind is also pretty annoying. And we're playing into a Braum Kai'Sa. Braum is also not really that good for us. We have a Pyke to play around, we have Shaco boxes to play around, and Jhin W's. So overall, we don't really have a good Samira comp, and we're playing into a pretty rough anti-Samira comp. You start Longsword, 3 potions, you have Electrocute, Ignite, pretty much exactly what I would take in this game as well. One thing that's probably pretty obvious, but never just an AFK under a turret. Either you want to guard like here, or you want to guard here. Guarding something is better than just sitting AFK on your turret. If your team dies now somewhere, or like your jungler might have his blue buff missing because Warwick is invading, that's kinda on you. So if you can, just go guard. Normally standing here isn't really too dangerous. Okay, it's actually funny because they invade, and normally what I do is I always guard this side, usually. I just stand here, and then you can always see them coming and you're pretty safe. And you could have prevented this by just guarding this exit, or entry I guess. Okay, honestly, decent trade. What I would do though is walk closer after you E and make sure you get the melee auto attacks in, because you're actually losing out on your passive damage right now. It would have made the lane slightly better, and you can honestly really just stick onto her and win that trade regardless. Good trade though, very aggressive, very good. Because of the invade, Orianna actually hits level 2 here. It's a little bit awkward, but you should be okay still. You just have to be careful now for the level 2, wait for your own level 2, and then probably aggressively go in again. What I always like to do is I like to eat towards a minion when it's about to die. So I would eat towards this when it's low enough to die, and then mid-E I would hit level 2 and level my Q and then like start hitting her. But that might be a bit complex. Because I would have gone the element of surprise here, if that makes sense, and just be on her already here. Your Jhin has 1250 ping. Oh my lord. That is not good, is it? Okay, honestly, really good trade. That was well played. I probably would have done the exact same. I would have gone in slightly earlier, but that was good. Very good. You pretty much set it up really well for you to Owen Flash her level 3. You just need E here, you need W probably for a little bit extra damage, and you should be able to kill her level 3. This is really unfortunate. You actually get ganked here, and you don't have E. If you had E here, I would probably just go for this kill. But you don't have it, so I think you're forced to just flash away. I would go for an auto attack maybe, but that's fine. Okay, so after that gank, you have to be really careful. You do not have flash now. You still have kind of kill pressure, but you need to put your ward down. Because the Warwick just gank you, he's probably gonna re-gank you because you have no flash. Especially after doing like stuff like this. It's a good short trade, kinda, but you have to ward. Okay, you didn't have E yet. It's also there, especially because you didn't have E. I would not be in a spot there where I would just get jumped by the Warwick. I would be like, okay, I don't have E. I'm gonna stand really far back until I at least have E. Because if you have E, you can use it like angle the Warwick so you have an escape strat. Okay, you bought a longsword and potions, which is fine. So the Orianna actually chose to not leave, which means you kind of have kill pressure here. Okay, that is kind of a miskill for sure. The thing is, though, you have to look at their movement. They made one really big mistake where they actually walked up, and that was your time to E in. When they walk up right here, they do like one more thing further. Like, where is it? This one, this is where you E in. This would land you exactly on her. You don't need to be afraid of her damage. You don't need to path backwards here. It could be that you're trying to bait her, but this is your time to E right on her, and it should be pretty good. I would not be worried about dodging this Q. I would be straight up tanking it, getting in there, and just going for an EQW electric proc. And then if she flashes away, she would still be in range for your auto attack. Now you don't really have the distance. You're also very static. After that auto attack, you should instantly already be moving forward. I'll show you right here.
Don't step up. I don't have time for fools.
And like missing one auto attack there, or not missing it, but like if you played it my way, you probably would have gotten this kill. But yeah, you could have probably gotten that. But I think that's a really good point, because like you can massively improve already if you just move after auto attacking immediately. I promise you, you will see improvement really fast. Being static after auto attacking is really, really bad. When you have downtime and you're not doing anything, you always want to be moving. So this is actually interesting. You're being ganked by the Warwick here. I'm very curious what you do here. Personally, before I even know what happens, I would not look to fight this. I would probably angle myself towards the wall here and try to like EQ, manipulate over the wall, and just get away from him. Because beating a Warwick 1v1 is really hard to do, especially with the ignite. If you remember earlier when you ignited when you didn't really have to kill pressure anymore, if you had that, you could go for this for sure. But I feel like this 1v1 without ignite is almost impossible to win. You do fight it. It was a good combo. That was good. But the problem is Warwick's healing. He once now you're kind of out of damage and you can't really get through his healing. He's healing a lot. He's healing 41 per auto attack. It was close, but if you had ignite here because you didn't waste it earlier, that would be a pretty nice kill for you. Okay, you end up buying a Dirk and potions, which is fine. Pretty much would have done the same thing. I will say though, if you win this game, this game is looking grim. This is not looking very good for you right now, or your team. If you manage to like come back here, that would be very nice. Now when you're just like a level behind, you kind of want to just farm for your ult. When you're just level 5 into level 6, usually you do not win. You want to get to level 6 first, then maybe go for 1v1 again. Like that's what I would do. Get level 6, then play aggressive. And someone might be watching now like, what the hell? 0-2 and play aggressive? You're actually really not that far behind. You have a Dirk, she has a Dorn's ring and an amplifying tome. She's not very strong. You can win this. So don't get baited by like just being like 0-2 doesn't matter, guys. I've been 0-4 and still 1v1 my laner. You go for a ward. If you can, I would try and place the ward here, a bit deeper. This is a really good warding spot, and so is this spot. Because then if they walk here completely into the jungle, you would know it. And it's the same here. Because they're never going to be here and then gank you here. Like that's not... If they gank you, it's always going to be through here. Especially if you have deep ward the rune, you want to be placing it a bit deeper into their jungle. Okay, nice aggressive trade, good job. And the game plan is still the same, and I think you know that. Go for short trades, proc execute, walk away, and then redo that until you can like all in. I feel like you understand the game plan at least. Which makes sense, because you play a lot of Samira mid. This is getting really close to all-in range again. If she grieves here and you could just EQ on her, you can probably maybe even just kill her. Okay, you EQ. Okay, you didn't EQ, you just E'd, which I think is fine. You can E into an auto attack Q here, which you do, into another auto attack. Ooh, you didn't press W in time, but you do get the auto attack off, is that enough? I mean, well played. That's pretty good. So one small thing there is that probably using W somewhere in there probably would have made that a bit cleaner, and maybe you kill her before she ults with the W. Like, I would use a W aggressively there. But you did get the kill, which was good. You are getting ganked here. This is a bit weird. What I would do here is I would walk here and try and get as much distance to my own turret as possible, and then just try and EQ. It's your only way out. There's not much else you can do. Don't really like that you're walking this way, because now even if you EQ, then you're still very far from your own turret. It is a good EQ though, don't get me wrong. That's good. W, this is also really good. If you're thinking like, okay, why would you W here? You can't even W anything. But one stack from style points gives you move speed. Sometimes the move speed there actually makes the difference. So you pressing W here is really good. Okay, it was close. If he doesn't have flash, he probably dies there. So nice try. You did kill your laner though after being 0-2. Ooh, I do not like this. I personally would have gone for a refillable potion. 150 gold when you have no potions is pretty much almost an all-over fillable buy for me always. Going to lane with no potions feels really, really bad. Like this is not flame, but if I'm looking at like the laners here, I'd be like, what the hell are any of these players doing? Orianna has, the Jhin has no potions, the Kai'Sa has no potions. If you get poked out, you would have no way to regen, and that's pretty bad. I have to relaunch the replay because there's Warwick barking. And especially with the aggro game plan for Samira, when you're actively going for these short trades, getting one potion is really, really nice. So here you're mid, and the mid is pretty neutral, but you do have prio to rotate here. So if you could potentially rotate to this here, this would be a pretty nice free kill you could maybe pick up. I would for sure walk there. Okay, you actually do. Demo flashes, but at least you realize that you should rotate there. That's really good by you. Honestly, not bad of a trade, but what I would do, especially into Orianna matchup, is I would always EQ in and W her E. That is the biggest part of this matchup. EQ in, and then when she tries to shield herself with the E, that's kind of what you want to W. And that's how you get a really good trade into Orianna specifically. So here again, there is another fight starting, I think. There's people here rotating. We have wards here. You want to be looking to rotate there now, because there's not much for you to do here regardless. This lane is dead. The wave is dead, I mean. You for sure now, you see them getting jumped, you have to walk here. Like going for a trade here or staying mid seems like a pretty big misplay. Because this seems like a free double. This would be a free double kill. Like she should not be allowed to rotate before you. Maybe you get this? Ooh. Okay, it worked out really well, but you were really late there. But good job. You did rotate. You did rotate eventually. You got 2 kills. Like you have to be there fast because it could be that your teammates don't win that, and that you could have made them win that by being there. But good job. You did rotate eventually. A bit too late, but you got 2 kills. Well played. You actually decide to leave here. I would have just shoved this wave. Orianna has no TP. He's dead for like 6 more seconds. It's not a cannon wave, so you could shove this pretty fast. I would just take this and then reset for a little bit more gold. But more gold equals more items equals more damage. But you buy a collector and you again have a perfect setup for refillable. I hope you get one. No. You don't like refillable, I think. Orianna does not like buying potions either. She just went to lane with 0 potions. While having 120 gold more. Very weird to me. Same with the Teemo. 120 gold, 0 potions. What the hell? I do think this is really cool though, like if you're watching this and you want to play Samira mid lane, just because you go 0-2 in lane where you get ganked, it doesn't mean your lane is over. It doesn't mean the game is lost. Samira is so strong. You can play super aggressive and still win. And I feel like you're doing that pretty well here. Like you're not playing passive just because you went 0-2. Doesn't matter. Okay, we see on the map that Warwick is about to gank. This would honestly be a spot where I would go in, probably go for a trade and probably die to a gank. Like I wouldn't really care. I think you're gonna do the same. This is the downside of Samira mid. Sometimes you play very aggressively, the jungler's there when you go in, and you're dead. It's not really a Samira thing though, you could be dead here, or Yasuo, and you'd be dead as well. Happens. Unfortunate timing. Hey, you bought boots, nice. No refillable though. A little bit disappointed. Also another random small tip. If your jungler is doing like an objective, or void crops, or invading, playing them very aggressively mid is a good way to like take attention off from what he's potentially doing. If you're pushing this or going for an aggressive trade, you're making it so this guy can never rotate to here, right? Even if you get a really good trade and this guy is on half health, it means he can't rotate. Small random tip. If you don't want people to rotate, playing aggressively in that moment is a good thing to do. Hold up. I think you just did a really good combo where you actually WDE like I said earlier. Okay, for some reason you don't like EQing. I would just EQ here. If the E hits, the Q will also hit. Keep that in mind. Because then the Q is already off cooldown, and then the Q will come back up faster because it's already ticking, if that makes sense. So you would do eventually more damage because you're getting another Q in. But this is pretty much exactly how you play this matchup. You EQ in when she Qs, and then when the ball comes back because she wants to shield herself with E, you W it, you deny her the damage, you deny her the shield, and that's how you get a really good trade. Which is what you did perfectly. Well played. That's exactly how you play this matchup. Look at this. Oh my god, just looking at this. Doesn't Samira Magic look really good? Look at that. That guy can play the game? No, he can't. This is probably a spot where I would look for a potential dive. If you have EQ here, you can just E over the turret and they will often not expect this. I would walk right here, angle it exactly so I can EQ this way, and then go for like an ignite play. This would 100% be a dive angle for me though. If you did not know, you can eat the turrets on Samira. You don't need to do it on enemies, you can do it to structures. Okay. He's dead. Oh, no. Well played, well played. GG. I would though go for a plate here. You killed the Orianna, you see the Warwick top. There's no real risk for getting a plate. Plates are also dropping in 40 seconds, so this was kind of your last opportunity to get one. We have sword. Show it. Don't bite your boots, please. Ooh. He's thinking. He's thinking really hard and long. He's still thinking. Oh. Okay, goodbye. Okay, you actually choose to rotate top here, which is honestly okay. They do look like they're like hard shoving this and that they're like looking to siege it. So I think this top lane rotation could be pretty decent, unless they just run. But it's good that you're not just stuck mid. You're looking to like rotate and help out other lanes, which is always really good. Here I would realize though, like, okay, this is not really leading anywhere. I'm gonna go back mid. Okay, that guy ins. Normally in my elo that wouldn't happen, they would just walk away. Oh, that seems a bit optimistic. Oh, you're going for like a really aggressive loopy around the Rosie flank deluxe play. Oh my lord, you do have flash. Okay, you don't even need to use flash. Okay, well that's better than hold up Teemo. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that looked like you had an E input bug. That didn't even look like that was your fault. Your character just, you press E, you didn't go in. Don't think that was on you. We have boxes here to play around, so you should be okay here. I would probably walk up to this box and not flash there. I don't think he was going to chase you regardless, but you had a box here, your Tron was here to back you up. I would hold the flash there and just walk to the box and then walk out this way. A little bit of a waste of flash. I would still hover this. What I would do here is if you're here, I would just walk here and go for this plant. Play with your pike, play with your Shaco. If you go for the flank option, which you did, I would use the plant to just get over the wall. And if you do end up being here right now, I would just go for the Braum. I would go for like an EQ here on the Braum and just start hitting him. I would never run into the plant here or into the Kai'Sa, because I don't think there's any time. I would commit to killing the Braum there. This is no, that guy's gonna kill you. Okay, your team is fighting over here. You're hovering, which is good. Definitely hover the Pike always when you can. Pike's a good setup champion. Oh my... Oh, that was a bounce deluxe. I would probably not run in here, but this seems like your whole team is just committed to running into the turret. I would probably just turn around and maybe just try and kill the Kai'Sa. This seems like a bit of a risky play. Oh, you missed the Q there. You do get the kill. I would probably not bother to run away here. You're dead to Warwick regardless, but if the Warwick is not here, I would run into the turret and int, so that the Braum gets the kill and not one of the carries like Kai'Sa. Because the Kai'Sa is always going to cut you off here. So when you can just like unalive yourself, ideally do it to a support. This is for sure Merc's game, by the way, if you're running well boost together. This is Merc's 100%. Warwick, you're laning to an AP champion. There's a Braum, Teemo blind, Merc's. This is actually an interesting moment. You actually, from base there, after respawning, you chose to help your Shaco, and that's fine. Helping your jungler do objectives is great, but when an objective is free, which it is here, because you see the Warwick's pushing mid, I would not fully help him. You've been rotating a lot, you're low in farm, you don't want to fall too far behind him, so I would just leave this, let him finish off the dragon, and then maybe catch bot wave, or just catch these minions and the next wave. If an objective is free, you don't need to help. That sounds really greedy, but that's how you should play. Ooh, this is actually well played by you. The guy walks into a trap, you notice that, you just go in. Nice, good job, free kill. So here actually a fight breaks out. The Jin ran into the turret Tokyo Drift. Your Shaco is right here. But this looks fightable. You could probably do something here. This looks like a free kill. I don't know if you've this is a free auto attack passive dash into an EQ and this guy should already be dead. Ignite him. I would 100% be already on this guy. You are too late with the auto attack. I'm not sure why you're not EQing here. Maybe input bug maybe? But I would have EQ'd here already instantly into an ignite. And then I would allow reposition with the EQ probably deeper onto the Orianna. You have to EQ here. Ah, it's not in time. I mean, I would have done the same thing, but for some reason it took you really long to go onto the Teemo. I'm not sure why. But the idea was correct. You go on the Teemo there, then you go on the Orianna. I would have done that the same way, but faster and maybe would have gone too. Ooh, you actually end up buying Swifties here. Don't get me wrong, I love Swifties. Swifties are really good on Samira, but this looks to me like a must-have Mercs game. And it really makes a big diff, guys. If you need Mercs, you really badly, you need Mercs. Warwick Fear is horrible for us. Braum Passive is horrible for us. Teemo Blind is horrible for us. This is a Mercs game for sure. Swifties are good though, don't get me wrong, they are good, but I wouldn't buy them in this game. Okay, I'm not sure where you're going here. Here I would just go mid and hover the pike. You're kind of walking towards bot side. I would be defending this, maybe go for a play with the pike. Okay, so eventually you turn around and you do end up going mid. Which is good. Your pike's here. This looks like it could be fightable. I don't know about just running in 1v3 though. Like, your pike's kind of going the wrong way. Oh my... oh no. Okay, that was a bit optimistic. You honestly, you could maybe go for that, and it could maybe work. But you gotta be ready to use flash. Here, you need to realize, okay, now they're gonna do something. They're gonna either Braum ult, or they're gonna Orianna ult. Because that's like the natural response, right? So I would flash out Orianna ult here on Orianna to just kill her. And then this fight looks randomly really good. Because you don't get Orianna ulted here, you then have a reset, you can EQ towards the Braum and then hit the Kai'Sa. But you're still fine, you still have flash. So here I would probably just flash this. Actually, probably I would have done something really cool here. I would have queued this and then flash this way and EQ'd onto the dude. But you definitely have to use your flash here. You gotta be ready to dodge that CC. But very, very aggressive play by you. I kinda like it actually. If you use flash there, that would have been super good. So you're pretty much building, you went Collector into Vintage into BT, that's where you're trying to build, and that's a very fine build. I probably would have done the same exact build here. Damage to win the lane, survivability after a third item so you don't just get one shot in like an Orianna ult, or a Warwick ult, or in one like Braum stun. So the build is really good. Walking mid here is fine, your AD carry is inting, maybe you can help him out here. Maybe this is fightable. I would go in here for sure. Oh, really? You go for that 1v3 but not the Orianna here? This is something that you should go for. This was a free one. It's still free. She walks into a trap. Sometimes that's not free because your Shaco is not there and then you should have went in instantly. Teemo just went for a 2-inch TP for some reason into something that's not even... There's no fight going on here. Not sure why he's TPing. But okay. Go, go, go. This is a good setup. The clone popping here would be really good for you. It's a bit risky because the Warwick is there with ult up, but I would just not be able to resist and go in anyway. Yeah, I would go in here for sure. Pike's here anyway as well to help you. Oh, there as well. I would go in. Ah! That was like okay. What you could do here, I would already flash in here. I would flash EQ the Teemo. Ignite anyone, literally anyone, doesn't really matter who, because this is a free triple kill. Flash EQ here, you kill everyone. You're waiting too long, you're giving them time to like get out of the stun, and then like, you know what I mean? Because a good Warwick here would ult you, because you didn't insta-kill him. Obviously this is a bit low elo, so he's clueless, he's not pressing his buttons, but... This should normally be, you have to flash because you want to insta-kill the Warwick before he ults. And in spots like this, you also did not pair the EQ. If you pair EQ here, this guy would already be insta at the Warwick and the Teemo. For some reason, you're very often not pairing the E with the Q. Cosmetic Ignite. Okay, so you actually ended up going for a tier 2 there instead of helping your team over here. Which is fine. Tier 2s are really good, so you could look to join this fight, but taking their base is obviously also very good. Ooh, I would look for this fight for sure. It's a bit weird though, because the Braum is gonna stun you. Probably would not W that either. I would hold W and just go for a combo here. I would melee auto attack him into a WEQ and just get on the Kai'Sa. Oh! Oh my! Oh my, what is that guy doing? That guy did worse than you somehow. So again, like I said, what I would do, auto attack WEQ. That's a full fast combo and you'll be on the Kai'Sa. If that is too hard for you, what I would just do is just flash EQ ignite the Kai'Sa here and just insta-kill her regardless. For some reason you messed up your E angle. It's because you walked forward. I'm not sure why you walked forward here. You walked forward till you're here and then you press E on the Braum. Misclick maybe? But this should be normally a free double kill into probably you kill the Braum after the fact. But that was funny. It was a funny moment. Gonna use that to start the video with. This is the combo you should have gone for and that I use a lot. It's very good when a melee champion like Braum is chasing you, because it relies on hitting the first W. And it's just auto attack into W, EQ, W, auto attack. And then you ult. That's how I would have ulted into the back line. Fast it would look like this. You would kill them for sure, that's a free double kill. Yeah, that guy is smoking some of my... This is good. And again, you have flash. You could possibly flash on the Kiana here. Not Kiana, sorry, on Orianna. Good. Very good. Good pick. Although I would say the later into the game it gets, the less it is worth to flash for like a kill. Unless you can turn it into a Baron, which you can do here, so that's a good flash. This is normally free Baron. Out spamming Baron here. Guys, Baron, Baron, Baron. Ronald's pushing this anyway, so they can never defend Baron. Like your Shaco is being a clown, literally. This is free Baron. Someone pinged it, Jin pinged it. Well played Jin. Jin gets it. He's there solo though, because his team doesn't listen, but good call. I don't know about starting a solo though, brother. You're gonna die. Okay, wait, you just kind of... Hold up. Okay, you actually ended up leaving here, but this looks still Baronable. Because your Shaco has ult coming up. So I probably would have at least tried to see if this works as 3. Jin kind of gave by doing it solo, the Shaco was way too late, and the Chrono kind of just dipped. But this normally is a free Baron. Also, this guy is a Wit's End into a 0 AP comp with almost no CC. No flame. Okay, the Shaco clone pops here. This is again a free pretty much auto attack into an EQ insta-kill the Teemo. Okay, I feel like you kind of overcomplicate sometimes, because that was just a free pretty much WEQ, and I feel like you kind of waited for some reason. It took you kind of long to get onto the Teemo. And when someone is stunned and they're your resets, you don't need to go for like a full combo. You don't even really need to press W here. This is just EQ. EQ and auto attack, done. Dead. Like... You waited really long with the EQ. And you gave him time to get out of the stun and flash away. So get in there fast. Make sure that you kill them before they flash away. Because now you're in an awkward spot that actually costs you this fight. And now you're dead. You got 1. You eventually get 2, or the team gets 2, but the not EQing that kind of hurts you. Okay, they're doing Baron. Orianna has 1 HPB. I actually don't know what happens here. I'm curious. Oh, okay, that guy is just running in. 1 HP. Good, you kill that guy, you get Baron. I feel like you're thinking too much about doing a W combo. Maybe that's why you're struggling to EQ very often. Don't worry too much about the W. Again, that's just like, get in there, EQ him quick before he kills the Baron. I feel like you're overthinking W a bit too much. Because it's kind of delaying your combos for some reason. If you can do it fluent, great. Because W should not stop your movement, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's doing that for you. Okay, you guys are getting Elder. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, in this spot, where you are almost full build, or not quite, but you're 15 kills with Elder, I would look for a 1v5 here, Giga Deluxe Penta angle. I would not care about the game, I would just go for a 1v5. Build stacks on this guy, then go in on the back line. You don't have flash yet, so it's a bit risky, but... Like guys, Samira with Elder, you have to go in, you have to go in. And this is exactly what I would be doing as well. I would be baiting this, I'd be like, yo guys, come on then, kill me then, you monkeys. build some stacks of the Braum, and then just get in there. And that's pretty much what you do. I would not use the W though. Like keep the W for like something Braum ult or like a later like damage dealer. Don't use it there to build a stack. I would just build it with auto NQs. Oh, that looks like such a free. I would go in there. I would go in. You're playing it really passively, but maybe it's fine. Maybe you're like waiting for the team. Penta, penta, penta! Wait, you have flash, you have flash! Flash EQ, flash EQ! Flash EQ kills here. Oh, report pike. But if you flash EQ, you just kill it before the pike's even there. Oh, that's tragic. I mean, nice squad though. But that could have been a penta. Okay, GG. So a quick summary just for the people that are like, okay, what are the biggest things that person should change? The first thing is guard for invades, guys. It's very little effort to stand in a spot like this, where you can see these exits. They can't even run here without you seeing them coming. If you see them, you just walk away. It's free, as long as your bot side is guarding this. It would have prevented your jungler from dying level 1. Second one is watch your cooldowns. When you have no flash, when you don't have E, be very careful when walking up without wards. Go for these wards, ward against ganks, but you have to be careful. Don't just die for free to ganks because you don't have flash and you don't have E. Focus on enemy movement. At one point Orianna stepped up and you didn't really E in fast enough and it kinda lost you that kill. So really focus on the enemy movement. This is probably a big tip to everyone that's pretty low elo. You have to be less static, guys. When you're auto-attacking someone, you want to be on the move. Auto-attack Q, start moving. Auto-attack Q, start moving. Auto-attack, start moving. You want to be walking around. Also, I'm just going to show you guys real quick. Let's say you're like fully chasing a target and this is like their pathing. This is kind of how you want to like chase someone down. So you EQ into an auto-attack, into an auto-attack, into an auto-attack, into like a Q. But you see how I always keep moving forward when I'm chasing someone? You don't just want to sit there ever stand still static like I said earlier. Because then you just lose moves. It's never this.
I never go out of style.
Like that's not good. You gotta pair your EQ more. For some reason, you really did not pair EQ whatsoever throughout the whole game. I'm not sure what the reasoning is for that, but you should definitely be doing a lot of EQs. If you E into an auto attack into then a Q, you kind of wasted 1 second of where you could have had your Q cooldown ticking. And late game, that's pretty much an extra Q. It also makes you stick onto them easier. If you EQ into an auto attack which is fluent, you can already start running because your Q wouldn't be up anymore. There's nothing for you to do. Your auto attack is on cooldown, your Q is on cooldown. That's time that you have to stick onto your target. If you don't pair the EQ, you're sitting here auto attacking into a Q, which takes longer. Another really big tip is that you very often have to just get in there faster. Very often you were too late, they got out of the stun, they got the flash away because you just didn't get in there fast enough. If someone's already low, EQ is a lot of burst, guys. EQ auto attack should kill someone that's half HP easily. So don't overcomplicate it. Someone's stunned, boom, flash on them, EQ auto attack ignite, boom, dead. Getting a kill fast is sometimes very crucial, especially into something like a Warwick, where if they get out of the stun, they have a chance to ult you. Alright, that was most of the things. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you want me to do this for you, feel free to let me know in the comments. And thank you, Poverty, for letting me review your gameplay. Alright, goodbye.